Imagine a routine traffic stop, red and blue lights in the mirror, your child in the back, and sudden, fatal gunfire. That nightmare became reality for Lorenzo Salgado in Texas and Johann Sebastian Duran Guerrero in Maine. The Department of Homeland Security eventually admitted neither man was the actual target of their operations. In both shootings, federal agents completely bypassed a standard law enforcement protocol. Not a single officer involved was wearing a body camera. With no footage to review, these operations leave behind a trail of unanswered questions and a community unable to verify what actually happened. To understand how these agencies arrived at this point, we have to look at the massive surge in their operational mandates. This animated diagram breaks down the administration's aggressive enforcement strategy. We can see a budget allocation of $113 billion, paired with an arrest quota of 2,000 detentions per day. To hit this, they rapidly hired 12,000 recruits while cutting training hours. Yet the $20 million allocated for a body camera program was left completely untouched. Push thousands of poorly trained, unmonitored recruits into the field with strict arrest quotas, and lethal mistakes are practically guaranteed. Immediately after Lorenzo Salgado was killed, ICE rushed out a public narrative. Even without any video footage to back it up, they claimed the agents acted in self-defense. However, the van wasn't empty. Multiple passengers who witnessed the shooting directly contradicted the agents' official story. In response, ICE detained those specific eyewitnesses. They then applied intense pressure on them to self-deport before they could testify in a credible investigation. By removing the only individuals capable of challenging the official narrative, the agency effectively insulated itself from an independent inquiry. The refusal to cooperate forced local district attorneys and congressional oversight committees to intervene. This graphic tracks the paper trail of those demands. Lawmakers and local delegations issued 6 separate official letters, formally requesting surveillance footage, vehicle logs, and operational data regarding the shootings. Federal authorities completely ignored every single inquiry, denying local enforcement any evidentiary materials. The Director of Homeland Security stated bluntly that they will not provide any answers until they finish their own internal investigation. A federal agency is using bureaucratic secrecy to lock out local authorities and block the checks and balances meant to govern it. As public pressure mounted, ICE issued a quiet internal directive instructing officers to temporarily halt most vehicle stops, admitting the tactic produced dangerous results. The pause lasted under 24 hours. The president used a social media post to publicly reverse the safety measure, ordering traffic stops to continue immediately. Meanwhile, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus continues to mount a strong legislative counteroffensive. They are pushing discharge petitions to mandate body cameras across the agency and actively blocking the government from selling private taxpayer data to enforcement units. Back on the ground, the lack of transparency has cast a long shadow. Families hesitate to drive their children to school or go to church, living under the constant threat of unmonitored enforcement. Until executive agencies are held to the same standards as local police, the oversight mechanisms meant to protect citizens will exist only on paper.